Hi guys, welcome back to the final workout in All I Want for Christmas, REDUX, and today we're wrapping it all up, bringing it all together with this total body blast. So as the title implies, we're going to be working all of the main muscle groups plus doing a little bit of cardio. So if you guys are ready for this one, go ahead, roll out your mat and let's get started. All right, we got one last one in the All I Want for Christmas REDUX series. I know that we are just past Christmas, so I hope you guys all had an excellent day and that you're feeling fit and ready to go at some point this week and doing this one. So this is going to be basically kind of a wrap up of all the other ones we've done up to this point, and then it's going to be total body. It's total body blast. It's got a bit of cardio in it, and the real challenge is that each exercise we're going to maintain for a full minute. So for some of them, that is going to be quite long because like I said, there's a bit of cardio in this one. But we are just going to buckle down. We're going to do it. This is going to be the only workout that I'm going to be posting this week. And then I will be back in the new year. So that's the plan. We've got Layla as usual for a little bit of support. I think Luna's coming down the way. And we're going to start standing. So no equipment. We're going to start with a squat and a pulse. So you're just going to do one squat, one little pulse at the bottom, squeeze the butt to come up. That's the move. 1 minute, here we go. So feet wide, one, little pulse, and up. I'm gonna show you from the side here as well. Sometimes I feel like that's a little bit more informative with a squat in some ways, because you'll notice weight is pushing back into the heels. I'm trying not to pop my tailbone back, so I'm thinking of doing a little bit of a tuck under, but that doesn't mean curling the shoulders. So shoulders stay back and down, nice and flat across the upper back, and squeeze the butt tight the whole way through. So nice controlled pulse. That shouldn't be like wild or out of control in any way. We've got a cardio move after this. It's nice. We're gonna get all nice and warm. Feels good to be moving if you've been a bit more sedentary this last weekend. Last one there, and then this is gonna be a jump. So squat, pop together, squat, pop together. That pop, you're just light on the balls of the feet. We land back into the squat. Weight is again in the heels. Yes, a full minute of these. That's what I'm saying. That's what I warned of. Because these are gonna be a bit to maintain. So if you need to, you know, you can always just start to step it out. I'll show you what I mean. So step in, back out, other side, step in, back out, yeah? So you have options, don't stop. You could go back to just a regular squat, no pulse in there. Stay moving in some way. Doesn't have to be what I'm doing. Woo, that's a long minute. All right, one more here. That was a long minute. And then you're gonna come into a narrow squat position. Right leg, we're gonna step back to lunge, touch in. Lunge, touch in. Now the heart rate is up. So you're not coming back up to standing, you're just touching in to that narrow squat. That's a big difference because it means we're just gonna be burning out left glute and hamstring. If you guys have been with me for a bit, you know I really like this one. Whew. Shoulders back and down. Layla's just looking at me like I'm some sort of crazy person. That's her usual look though, so it's not necessarily full of meaning in this moment. One more here. We're gonna go back to that lunge again, and this time you're gonna pop. Woo! Lunge, little pop. Lunge, little pop. And again, we got a minute here. You could always do it, let me show you, without the pop. So you could just do a knee drive, up to you, or that single leg pop. Keeping it nice and controlled. So really think of activating that left glute. Part of any sort of muscle activation starts in your mind. So you gotta focus the energy there before that spot will cooperate. Not too much more here. And then we're gonna go straight to the second side. Woo! Bit of balance as well. Last one there. Come back to narrow squat. Left foot, back to lunge, touch in. It will go by fast. That's the thing about this workout. It's gonna go by fast. Maybe each individual minute doesn't go by fast, but I think the whole thing, once it's all added up, will be pretty fast. Hello. Squeezing right glute now, nice and tight. I think we all actually just want to be Layla right now. Like, here's her morning. She'll get her little Advent treat soon. I know. Well, yes, she will as I'm filming this. Last one here, lunge, pop, because, spoiler, I'm filming this before Christmas, so we've still got a few more days of Advent calendar for me to enjoy, for the cats to enjoy. This is waking me up this morning. Such a good one to do if you've had, just a slow sedentary weekend. Get right back into a bit of movement. Make sure that you are fully dropping into that lunge. It's not just a touch back. Sometimes I see that where it's just like a touch and hop. We're lunging it because I want you to have to find your way out of that lunge. Whoo-wee. Couple more here. One last one. Good. Come into a narrow squat. We're just gonna pulse it, pedal out the heels. Tell you what, my calves are a little bit tired from that. And this is still getting them. So, bit of the calves. It's also, I think, a really nice ankle stretch, this one. Although my ankles are surprisingly quiet right now. Usually they're a bit poppy. Not so. Weird. Keep pulling navel in tight. Again, just check in with the upper back and shoulders. We don't want to be like curling around it. That's not it. We got one more standing piece of cardio. It is a bit of a doozy, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. All right, from this narrow squat, you're gonna jump all the way up, land wide. All the way up, land narrow. So it is a full squat jump each time, wide to narrow. Believe it or not, you can see Layla here right now. She's not doing anything. The noise you're hearing in the background is Luna. That's Luna's handiwork. Bit unusual, but there you go. And Leo is asleep in the closet. So yeah, haven't had a lot of Leo sightings lately. He's been a sleepy guy. He does definitely sleep the most out of all of them. All right, a few more seconds. We're doing it, we're making it happen. One more, narrow, wide. There we go. I'm gonna pause our timer, which is good because we can take our first little breather here because we're transitioning down to the floor. Don't get too excited though, because we're transitioning down to a plank. Because of course we are. So go ahead, come down. in this plank position, we got a little bit upper body. We're gonna do one push-up. So you can always go from the knees there. Luna. You can always go from the knees there if you need to, or toes, but keeping a flat back. After you do that push-up, so imagine just done on there, you're gonna do step to the outside foot, pause for a second, step back, we'll do another push-up, and then the other side. 1 minute, it's not too bad because these are slow. Let's go. So, one push-up, one step, and you can pause. Get a nice little hip stretch there. Step back, push up, other side, step. So yeah, it's nice because you do get a stretch in there as well. Plus it just gives you an opportunity to slow it down a bit so you can really concentrate on each of those push-ups. Whew. Still, didn't say it was gonna be easy. Abs tight here as well. That's the secret ingredient in push-ups, abs. Yeah, I really didn't think I had to like put stuff out of Luna's reach. I moved. She's playing with some crystals. Last one here. We're gonna do a plank jack now. So out, in, jump forward, lift hands, hold squat, keep going. Jump it back, out, in, jump, heels down, into the squat. Yeah, I moved these crystals out of the way of Layla and her reach because I thought that was gonna be more of the problem, but joke is on me today. Luna's decided it's her turn. Whew. Most of the like cardio, if not all, is at the start. So don't worry, we are actually just about out of the cardio now. Last plank jack there, drop the knees for a second, and we're gonna lower fully down to the floor. Hallelujah. I'm gonna move that out of the way a little bit. All right, so arms are reaching, legs are reaching. We've got legs about shoulder distance apart, hands a bit wider than that. Back the next day's long, I'm gonna show you, then I'll actually start the timer. So you're gonna be doing a lift, you're gonna squeeze the inner thighs together, elbows come back, reach forward, lower, down. That's the move, 1 minute, here we go. So lift, squeeze legs, squeeze elbows, reach, and down. Now knees here should be locked super, super straight, both on the lift as well as on that squeeze together, because otherwise it ends up being a cheat because we won't be moving from the inner thighs on that squeeze together. For the lift, it won't be the glutes they're fully activating. They will still be doing a little bit, but I want them to do as much as they can. So think of really reaching long through the toes here. Bit of a breather with this one. And like I say, the cardio is more or less over. Which, I mean, depending on how you feel about cardio, I suppose could be good or bad. Last one there. Now lift up, and we're just gonna do a little swimmer here. So fluttering arms, fluttering legs. Same as before with the legs. It's not gonna be this kind of kick from the knees, because that's not the glutes that are doing it. So reach the legs super, super long. Squeeze the butt to make sure that you are moving from there. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably gonna be the hardest minute for me. I find these super, super difficult. It's a lot of back body strength. Whew. We're over halfway though, so keep it going. If you need to like rest down for a second, hey, whatever. Rest down for a second, bring it back up, carry on, wipe the sweat. Do what you need to do, and then get through it. And then think, every time you do it, You're just gonna last a little bit longer. Final few seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Release. Okay. Let's go ahead. Flip over. I got a lot of sweat in my eyes right now, so if my eyes start turning red, I'm not crying. Does kind of look that way probably, but that's not it. So down onto your back, we got a little bit more here for the glutes. So feet are planted. We're gonna start with right leg reaching long, hands just by the sides here. We're gonna lift hips, drive them up. At the same time, leg is gonna lift. So full minute of these bad boys. Good thing is you get to touch your butt down in between. So 3, 2, 1, boom. It's a lift and a lower, and really drive those hips up high. Don't go too fast with these. We want to keep it nice and controlled. Try to pause for a second at the top. I'm a little bit afraid of Layla right now, because yes, I do see her there getting excited, thinking about reaching out and grabbing my foot, and it's making me a little nervous. You scare me. You scare me. Look at her. She's such a hunter. Oh my God. Don't hurt me, please. Cats. Cats, I tell you. One more. Keep it up. We're gonna pulse right here. If you need to, you can put a bend in this knee. You could even rest it here. That actually feels quite nice. For now, will it last? Probably not, but for now it feels quite nice. But you're doing some version of a single leg bridge pulse. So I'm not gonna check in and see which version you're doing. They're all good. You do you. I like this one also because my foot is out of reach of the hunter. Okay, she's not even looking at me anymore. She lost interest now that the foot is out of reach. That's good. Few more seconds here, and then we'll do these two things on the other side. So yeah, I'm just lifting my head to check the timer. Last one there, release. Right foot down, left leg goes long. We lift, we lower. Woo! My muscles are feeling spicy today. Not gonna lie, I had actually a fairly sedentary weekend. Normally that's not the case. But yeah, I did. And there was a lot of eating that happened. So I feel like I've just come off of Christmas weekend in some ways. So this is a good time for me to be showing this one, because I do feel like I'm there with you. But maybe you've had a really active weekend. Amazing. No judgment, either way. Either way. Hope you had an excellent, delightful weekend, whatever that means, whatever that looks like. Last one here, stay up, cross, or do any of those other options, and pulse. I gotta release my arms here so I can sweat a little bit more freely. It's really, really hot in here again. I say this like every time. Is it ever not extremely hot in this apartment? No. No, it's usually pretty hot. Yeah, it's pretty hot in here right now. Like, I turned the heat down, but it's like, it doesn't matter. Either it's controlling itself and it just puts it right back up, which I don't understand and is weird and kind of annoying with like gas prices because it's gas heating. Or, and this would all really work out to be the same, or you turn it down and it just doesn't care. It doesn't care. It's always the same temperature in here, even though I turned it down. So, I don't know. Release, both feet down. Final thing, we're just gonna do classic bridge pulse. But yeah, as usual, It's very, very hot in here. It's a good thing that we do have a fake Christmas tree, because probably a real tree would not last 3 days in this hot, hot house. So yeah, I would like to have a real tree. They are just a bit difficult to come by in Madrid. You can get them. They are not cheap. They do cost a pretty penny. So yeah, that's part of the reason we don't get one. It would just be a nightmare with needles. It would die really fast in here because it's hot. Yeah, and we've got quite a nice fake one, so I'm cool with that. Few more seconds here, and then you'll get a bit of a breather. Last one, release. All right, I'm gonna stop our timer for a second, and we're gonna move our way into abs. So we're gonna have knees in a tabletop position. Should be familiar with this one. 2 options for the arms. You can either do arms overhead, or you can do hands behind the nape of the neck. I personally like arms overhead because I find it's less likely that I'm gonna try to like tug on the neck. And it's actually gonna be a little bit easier in the sense that it's less weight behind you because the arms are gonna reach. So arms behind or long. We're gonna do a little curl here, double leg extension, bring it in. Now watch that you're not coming all the way up like this, right? We're not coming to a teaser sit. So it's just the very top part of your back. It's just a curl, okay? So watch that you're not going too far. Knees and tabletop, let's go. So exhale, little reach, pause in that hollow hold, bring it back. So yeah, don't come all the way up. It is tempting to, and it's not hard to bring it all the way up from there. And in some ways you have to kind of resist to not keep going all the way up because everything will kind of follow the legs. Hello. She's looking at my feet again. I don't think she can reach though. Yeah, good. I think we're safe here. Thankfully. You're really intimidating, Layla. You're really intimidating. Layla's birthday's coming up soon. We're gonna be entering the terrible twos in January. January 10th to be exact. And then stay here. Hands can come underneath the tailbone. You can keep them at the sides, you can keep them behind the nape of the neck. We're gonna lift one leg up, lower down. Keep navel squeezing in tight. Other leg lifts, lower down. Now if you want, you can go a little bit lower, a little bit harder. Meeting at the bottom. So we're not just switching the legs. They're not moving simultaneously. It's one at a time. Yes, our little Capricorn girl is gonna be turning to our big Capricorn girl, I should say. Our sea goat. Yes, what a time it will surely be. Layla at 2. Leo truly did have the terrible twos. So like, I think terrible twos are real with pets. And then thankfully I was like, oh, please let it end, please let it end. And it did. We made it. All right, last one there. Lift a little higher and we're gonna helicopter. Keep squeezing navel tight. Make sure you're really engaging the inner thighs as well. It's not just from the knees. I'll see this a lot. This is not it. I don't feel anything there. So squeeze navel down tight, legs long. You could rest head back down here if you wanted to. So it does help you hold that hollow with the head lifted. And we are almost there, guys, because this is our 20th minute. And then we have 5 more minutes of action after this. So we're just about there. Hope you guys are feeling good here as we slide on into our finale. A few more seconds of this one, this bad boy. Ooh, these abs. These are spicy today. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right, I'm gonna pause this again there. So, a little bit more core work here. You're gonna have feet planted, arms are gonna reach overhead. We're gonna do a full roll up, whoop, hands underneath. We lift to a reverse table. Yeah, That's it. That's the plan. That's what's happening. So plant your feet and let's go. So peel, 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 peel. Make sure on that roll up, feet are staying down. If they're lifting, step them forward a little bit there. You'll also be able to tell the proper position of like hands and feet when you lift up here, because we should be a perfect table. So you'll feel if the feet are too close to you right there, in which case, yeah, just step them a little bit forward. Make sure you're resisting that roll back. We're not doing these for speed. No need for speed. We're doing these for control. So just unroll really smoothly, really slowly. And what is everybody up to in this nice little quiet period between Christmas and New Year's? I've got puzzles to do. That's what I'm gonna be doing right now probably. As you're doing this, I'm probably working on a puzzle. Last one there, we're gonna stay up. So you're gonna lift back up here, turn the fingertips out, it's a crab crunch. So you're gonna reach across, touch opposite ankle, release. Other side. Keep these ones slow. Again, these are better performed slow because you're gonna have to find the control. If they're fast, they just end up being a little bit wild. They're probably gonna be easy in some ways, fast, but that's not what we're doing this for. Really good core control with this one. So make sure you're really like lifting up. It'll help if you think of lifting up and reaching across rather than bringing the leg in too close. Yeah, puzzles and reading, that's probably gonna be my week. I am working this week as well. So a little bit of work, but definitely more downtime. One more here. Hang out with the cats. Butt comes down, stay seated here. So we're gonna do lift a half boat. I want you to go out, in, touch down, lift, reach, shoulders back, chest lifted, tuck in, touch down. A little extra challenge here. As you tuck the knees back in, feet level with the knees. That makes a difference in the control. So try to think of scooping up rather than just letting the feet hang. Oh, it feels really good to be in this final push. I'm feeling sweaty. Like I say, I don't know if that's the workout or just how hot it is in here. You can let me know if you got a nice little sweat and how hot it is in your house. Last one here. I mean, it's nothing to complain about. Go ahead, release, and we're gonna flip it over. Because yeah, I would definitely rather be like too warm than too cold. But I'll tell you what, like, I don't know if I'm gonna feel that way when we get our gas bill, because it's probably gonna be a real doozy. And I feel like I have no control over it. So you're gonna be a forearm plank. Last two exercises here, it's gonna be 1 minute of dolphin push-ups, 1 minute holding plank. Now that plank, we're here on the forearms, so you could hold a forearm plank, but you also have the option, if you wanna press up to the hands, you could do it there. I'll let you know at the 30-second mark as well. So potentially if you wanted to do 2 30-second side planks, you could do that as well. So you got options here. I don't care which one you choose. All right, step back into plank, and here we go. So butt goes back, starting with our dolphin push-ups. These are not the easiest if your feet are sliding. Why are my feet sliding? I don't know. Usually they don't. But yeah, extra little challenge. Woo! Yeah, a lot of core control if your feet are sliding on these. If I were not filming right now, I'd just take off my socks and be done with it, but I didn't know that they were gonna be sliding until I started doing it. And now I'm committed to it. But yeah, if you're sliding, I would recommend just taking a quick pause, having a little rejig. One more here, and then pick your plank poison. Oh, I can't decide. I think I'm gonna come back up, but like I said, I'll let you know at the 30-second mark. So if you're doing 2 side planks here, you have a moment to switch. Squeeze navel really tight. Squeeze navel really tight. That's the one. Oh, I kind of wish I'd gone for a side plank. Oh well. Oh well, I'm here now. All right, there's your 30-second mark. So if you're side planking, go ahead, switch sides. Whew, I'm shaking in this plank. I feel like I'm shaking more than I normally do in a plank. It's good. It's good. We're gonna hold it. Keep holding. You don't have too much left. So just give everything you have. We're gonna be stretching so soon. So soon. All right, knees down. Push back to a child's pose. Have a little rock side to side. So obviously, if you do this workout more than once, you can switch up that last plank. Do all sorts of different planks. It is good to do a variety of planks. That's why I kind of regret not going for the side plank, but hey ho, we can do it another time. Go ahead, sit back on your butt here. Let's take a nice little stretch. So just bring soles of feet together, knees open wide, sit nice and tall. I'm so sweaty right now. Oh my God. It's just like when it hits your eye, it burns. It burns. Whew. But to be fair, I do actually really enjoy it secretly. Because not that it's that cold in Madrid. It can get cold. It really hasn't been like at all this year. But it can be. Legs out long here. Take a little forward fold. But I do find it just so nice and cozy, like coming home and it's really, really warm. So that is nice. And also, for anyone who didn't know this, I grew up many years in Minnesota, which is like the most hideously cold place ever. It's so, so cold. Long, just terrible winters. Come back to hands and knees here. We'll take a cat cow. So I just remember being cold like every moment of every day, because also at my school there were like whole sections that they just didn't heat. And like, I'm not lying. I was telling my partner this. He's like, that's not true. They didn't do that. I was like, no, it's true. Like, they had thermometers in the room. And there were some rooms where it was literally like 52 degrees Fahrenheit. So Celsius, what is that? Like 15, 16. That's cold for inside. And I would just wear my winter coat all day at school. So sit up nice and tall here, cross one arm over. And I remember I'd have to like take little breaks from writing and put like mittens on because my hands were so cold and numb. So yeah, it was cold at home. It was cold transitioning over to school. It was cold at school. Like, I just remember being cold, like just solidly, maybe feeling warm like when I was in the shower. That was about it. I remember feeling cold for just like 8 months at a time. So yeah, I'm quite content to feel warm now. But then, like, since then, I've only like lived in like really warm places, and that might be why. That could be it. Because yeah, I've only lived in warm places since then. So now I'm like, people say like, well, aren't you used to like being cold? No, I did that. I put in my time. I did that, and now I don't want to do it anymore. No, that's not true. I would move back to a cold weather place. Probably not that level of cold, but I would move to a place that has more winter than like anywhere in Spain does, really. I think actually Granada gets a pretty good winter. Yeah. Shake it out here. Anyway, I hope that you guys are comfortable wherever you are and that you are enjoying the winter. I think winter is a great season because it's so just like slow. It's a little bit more introspective. It's good if you're an introvert. I'm very introverted. I like to read and do puzzles, so I'm a big fan of winter. So I hope that you are enjoying this period And I will not see you guys again until 2023. So little mini break for me, not much at all, because I will be back. I think that it's already gonna be next week, or maybe the week after. We'll see. I'll be back sometime soon, so within 1 or 2 weeks. But I hope you guys have an excellent new year, and I hope that you've enjoyed all the workouts this year. If you have, of course, make sure that you're subscribed, because we're gonna go bigger, better next year in 2023. And if you enjoyed this series, of course, hit that like button down below. We've got another year until we get to do this series again, which always makes me a little bit sad, but we've got all kinds of like crazy things to do between now and then. So I hope that you guys have just a great day, great time. Let me know down below in the comments what you would like to see more of in 2023, and I will get these wheels turning, thinking up some stuff. All right, see you guys soon. Bye.